All right. Well, good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are. Uh-oh, excuse me, while I get set up. um, Trying to get rid of this little bar down here. But this is Dr. Stockdale, and I wanted to talk to you about how you can differentiate your instruction and how you can modify and accommodate for your English learners. So, just a sidebar, all of these strategies, all of these modifications and accommodations work for students who need additional support, even if they're not English learners. So, um, first of all, probably one of the things that we can do most easily is use illustrations. We have so much technology at our fingertips that we can add in just a few minutes um, graphics of some sort, whether they're clip art, whether it's a picture. We could just add that to our teaching. Use Realia, and just as the word implies, real, bring in real objects. If you're talking about fruit, bring in fruit. When you're talking about different school supplies, hold them up, have them available. When you refer to clothing, even within a story, it doesn't necessarily have to be in a set, but if you are talking about a hat and you've brought one in and you see the word sock, pull your pants leg up. Show your students your sock. Make sure you're pointing to real objects within your room. Use Realia. Don't forget to add audio and videos to your teaching. Reaching those students different modalities, making sure that they're up and moving when they're hearing music, song, finger plays, chants, and using those videos makes your teaching so much more enjoyable and also gives that comprehensible input that Krashen talked about, that we've talked about before. Make sure that you use simple pantomime and gesture when you're talking. You may act like you're using a telephone or shrug your shoulders as if to say, "What? I don't understand." Point to objects and then use exaggerated facial features to help students understand the point that you're trying to get across or that meaning. Make sure that you are putting students in small groups, cooperative groups, working with partners, allowing those students to do the best they can to understand one another. Oftentimes, children will come up with ways to communicate that adults don't even think about. Use picture dictionaries and thesauruses, even at the higher level. There aren't enough, I can tell you, there aren't enough picture dictionaries in middle school and high school. So these are not just for early childhood and elementary. And using them in the language of the native language of your English learners, not as much for them because they may not be reading yet, but also for you so that you can be learning simple words and phrases so that you can communicate with them better. And don't forget to use your online resources. Some of the resources that you might want to check out are ESL Kids. They have really clear, easy to use flashcards you can print out. EnglishWithEva.org has a lot of anchor charts. Just a warning though that this is a British website, so you may see things spelled in a different way. such as color, COLOUR, and that type of thing. Don't forget, read aloud picture books every day. Um, I know that with this class, we're working in an early childhood or an elementary setting, but I can tell you something happens in middle school and in high school, and picture books are not read aloud at all, so in some classrooms, and it really is a shame because there are a lot of great picture books out there that older students would benefit from. But we know that there are just so many skills that can be um, taught, whether it's just listening to the sounds of the language, hearing fluent speaking, being able to connect those words with pictures is just so important. And those are just some simple modifications and accommodations that I hope you will be thinking about as you're writing lesson plans and thinking about having English learners in your setting. Thank you.